Do you also feel that something is wrong? Why did Jungkook's voice suddenly rise at the end of the live? Is it anger or fear? Did someone or something threaten them while the camera was still on? Their short lives turned into a puzzle that haunts thousands of ARMY until now. Who actually appears behind the scenes?
Done?
Is that the sound of footsteps caught on tape? Jungkook's cry at the end of Taehyung's live is not without reason. Is Sasaengs back in the shadows? They only need 11 minutes. Yes, just 11 minutes, a very short time for two global icons to greet the millions of hearts that yearn for their presence. But from the first to the last second, the Instagram live conducted by BTS's VK, Taehyung, and Jungkook on July 16, 2025 was not just a light greeting that warmed the night, but an emotional mystery that hung and gripped everyone's minds, especially when one unexpected moment occurred: Jungkook's scream. But not just any scream. Nor is it just spontaneous joy or momentary euphoria, as usual. The tone of his voice, there was a vibration in it. It was as if an unusual mixture of emotion, alertness, and fear. As if he was trying to tell something without really being able to say it. And the public?
They are not blind.
ARMY knew right away this was not part of the usual entertainment. Did you notice Taehyung's eye movements before Jungkook shouted? Do you see the way he glanced at the left side of the room, as if realizing the presence of someone who is not supposed to be there? Do you hear a long pause of 3 seconds of silence before Jungkook's voice is heard? Now, let's ask a deeper question. Who was actually with them at that time? And why until now, there has been no clarification from the agency? What appears to be a moment of togetherness between two old friends actually leaves more questions than answers. Especially if we remember that the day before, on July 15, 2025, the 4 BTS members, Taehyung, Jungkook, RM, and Jimin, held a Weverse live together. A sudden broadcast with a relaxed but full of technical awkwardness that, according to some fans, is now not just signal interference. Was the life interrupted by outsiders? The ARMY's anger spilled over onto social media. But not because of the disappointment of not getting notifications or because of the very short duration. Precisely because of worries. The concern is heightened when pieces of the video are scattered pieces where it sounds like a door is opening and Taehyung reflexively turns his head. None of them mentioned it after the live was over. Why? And this is where the big question begins. Was there someone stalking them directly then? Or is this just ARMY's collective paranoia that is too sensitive due to past experiences of Sasaeng fans terrorizing Jungkook and Taehyung personally? It is undeniable that the shadow of Sasaeng still haunts every step of BTS. They have experienced times where their personal security was violated in the most disgusting way. Jungkook himself once shared a painful story about Sasaeng who chased him to the gym, called his personal number, to order a taxi to his personal location. It's not an old story, and the ARMY knows how painful trauma can be. Now, when the live that was supposed to be a safe space for them ends with Jungkook screaming and Taehyung staring blankly, could we be witnessing the beginning of something much more terrifying? Look at the last sentence Taehyung said. In a low but heavy voice, he said, "We'll try again later, if we can." That sentence feels awkward. Wouldn't it be more natural for him to say, "if we had time," or "if you guys were still awake"? But if we could. Are there any restrictions that they are experiencing now? The ARMY on Twitter dissected every second of the video. Some even zoom into the back of the room with high brightness and notice a faint shadow that appears in a split second on the left side of the screen. Is it just a reflection of light? Or is someone standing too close to them? Instagram as a platform was not spared from the spotlight. Many fans expressed their anger at not getting notifications from the live. But later, on the contrary, some began to suspect, is it possible that the live was deliberately hushed up? Or is there greater interference behind this technical problem? Considering BTS is not an ordinary user, but rather a global celebrity with millions of followers, it is very strange that the system could not work at such an important moment. Even more shocking, an account that used to be known as Taehyung Stalker in 2019 suddenly reappeared and posted a blurry image showing an interior similar to where Taehyung lives. The account was suspended shortly thereafter. But is it a coincidence? Or someone wants to warn or challenge? What about the agency? As of this writing, there has not been a single statement from HYB or Big Hit about the live moment, let alone about Jungkook's screams. Whereas usually, if something triggers wild speculation, a quick clarification will be released immediately. Their silence only adds to the list of unanswered mysteries. Even some of the old staff who had worked with BTS gave likes to the comments of fans who mentioned that live is not safe, and there is something to hide. Are they saying something in secret? We are not talking about empty conspiracy theories. We're talking about a pair of world idols who clearly show restlessness in live broadcasts that should bring comfort. We're asking, is there a real danger around them right now? If you still doubt that something happened that night, try to remember Jungkook's expression right before the camera went off. It was not the expression of someone who just wanted to joke. There was intensity in his eyes. There is an emotional pressure that feels real, even through the phone screen. And he closed live not with a farewell speech, but in a high voice perhaps because of seeing or hearing something that is not caught on camera. Since that live, Jungkook has not reappeared on any platform. Even fans who are usually quick to see his online activities realize that he does not give a sign of life for 24 hours. For an active and often greeting fans, this is very unusual. Taehyung? He left a short post with an hourglass emoji. That's it. But what does the hourglass mean? Is their time running out? Or are they waiting for something? Or somebody? ARMY is now faced with bigger concerns than just missed content. They asked, is Sasaeng again overshadowing BTS? And if so, why does Jungkook's scream seem to be a signal that we should not ignore? One thing is certain, the evening's live is not just content. It was a signal, and we're not going to just let that signal go out. Because when our idols are in danger, we are not just spectators. We are protectors. No warning, no signal. And no one expected that one moment in the live would shake the entire ARMY. Since when has a moment of togetherness turned into a sign of danger? And why does not a single person dare to speak out, including themselves? When the evening was recorded in the memory of the fans, it was not laughter or warmth that first flashed. Rather, it is a feeling of discomfort that creeps up, presses on the chest, and settles like a shadow that appears silently. And Jungkook's voice? It was like a reminder bell that something, behind all their silence, was not going well. Some soldiers even admitted to having nightmares after rewatching the live show. In their dreams, they saw a door open, the sound of heavy footsteps, and Jungkook's screams turned into whispers that said one word over and over. Stop. Who did he ask to stop? Did the live really just happen? Or are Taehyung and Jungkook actually trying to convey something without saying anything explicitly? They are known for their ability to convey hidden messages through gestures, looks, or even song lyrics. But this time, it's not lyrics or choreography. This time, it's about their own lives. Or at least, a sense of security that they have long been betting on in silence. Remember the 2022 case, when Sasaeng infiltrated the hotel where Jungkook was staying and tried to photograph his room from a vent? Or the incident where Taehyung had to use a special cell phone to avoid being tracked? Now, many fans believe that the nightmare may be returning, but what made it even scarier this time was, the live was recorded from their own private space. Not the studio, not a training room, but that room should be the safest place for them. And if someone can show up there, if they show fear in a live show watched by millions of people, then the question becomes even more dire. Who is powerful enough to break into BTS's private space, even when the cameras are on? After the live video went viral, an anonymous netizen posted a 5-second audio recording of what was allegedly the tail of the Instagram live. In the footage, Jungkook is heard saying very quickly and barely clearly, "Hyung, shut up now, he's in." Is this really Jungkook's voice? No verification yet. But the ARMY is not kidding. They conducted an analysis of sound waves, compared intonation with previous recordings, and the result was surprising. The similarity reached 97.6%. That is, the possibility that it is indeed Jungkook is very high. If so, who is the he Jungkook is referring to? Is it just someone from the staff? If so, why panic? Why do you have to scream? Why is it necessary to turn off now? And amid all this speculation, old Sasaeng accounts that had been dormant for a long time began to show signs of life. One account even wrote, "It's about time you guys knew who was actually controlling that screen." This sentence is not only frightening, but also confusing. Control the screen? Who is meant? And what does that mean? Suspicions are now also beginning to point to possible manipulation of the technology. Was the live accessed by a third party while it was in progress? Was their signal or camera compromised intentionally? Could it be that someone else is monitoring them through internal systems, perhaps even from within the agency itself? This theory is not without foundation. In some of the previous major cases in the K-pop world, it was found that some Sasaeng actually posed as staff or worked with employees within the industry to gain access to personal schedules, contact information, even internal CCTV footage. And if it's happened before, what makes us believe it can't happen to BTS? BTS is no ordinary group. They are living legends. Their every move is monitored. Each of their expressions can mean many things. And when Jungkook screams in a sober state at the end of the live, it's a call we shouldn't ignore, and a re-recording that was zoomed in and analyzed frame by a professional ARMY video editor. It was found that for 0.4 seconds, there was a reflection in a small mirror at the back of the room, a reflection that resembled the head of a person standing very close to the camera, but not directly visible. Is it an optical illusion? Or someone who was standing very close to them without them noticing? After that scream, Liv instantly died. No saying goodbye. No waving. Only sounds froze in the air, leaving an empty space full of question marks. And since then, none of them have returned live. There is no clarification. There was no laughter as usual. Silence. The fans began to take matters into their own hands. A petition was launched to demand transparency from HYB, with over 500,000 signatures in just over 2 days. Protect BTS or let them talk. We're not looking for controversy. We're looking for the truth. And the truth hurts more and more because it is left without a voice. Some in the ARMY began to suspect that members might be under contract or internal pressure that prevented them from speaking honestly in public. But isn't that Instagram Live the only space where they should be free? Or is it that there is no longer a completely safe space for them? The questions keep flowing. Nothing is finished. Nothing was missed. But one thing is increasingly clear. Jungkook's screams that night were not accidental. It is something that comes from the instinctive impulse of the human being when feeling threatened. And more than anyone in the world, ARMY knows. Jungkook's instincts are never wrong. Then, what can we do? We can urge the agency to speak up. We can spread awareness of the importance of idol safety. We can defend them, even when they have not been able to voice their own fears. We can be their voice when they are forced